Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. The Pro Bowler Brandon Aubrey has us set. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. Oh, and there's a big hit right away. He is knocked down hard on the opening kickoff.
Here we go. Yellow, 22. 6, dog red, flight blue, steel black. Ready?
Love to throw to get started. This one is caught by Reed. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And it's his first catch of the game, and it ends up being a good one. All week long, we talked about how this dominant secondary wanted to take away their best targets. And if he continues to make plays like that, their top 10 ranking could take a hit by the end of this one.
He's got the rookie out of Texas, Matthew Golden. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for Jalen Wright out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Now Love. That's to the left side and taken in by Golden. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That's 2 catches on this drive, this one for 23 yards.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Deron Bland with the tackle. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. From the gun, it's Love. Going for it all. And he's in. Matthew Golden. Touchdown, Packers. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Cavante Turpin on the return. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. First carry now for Jaden Blue. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and What you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Here's a designed run, and that's going to be enough for a first down, taking this to the 34.
So after giving up a touchdown to start the game, you'd hate to then turn around on your opening drive and give the ball back after a 3 and out. So that's a nice hard run there, nothing fancy, but just maintain possession and get a fresh set of downs.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Rashan Gary getting in there to bring him down, his first sack of the season. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there. And it's going to be 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah McDuffie. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. And the Cowboys are going to take over here at their own 22.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Micah Parsons. What a first month he is putting together. That's his 4th sack already. On 2nd down, it's Dak. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
That's to the sideline and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
The open man is Reed. He's got it. He's taken down just shy of the 10. 11 yards for number 11 and a 1st down. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Here's Love. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Green Bay. McManus on for the point after. He knocks it through, and the Packers move out on top 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start this on the ground with Blue. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football. They've got it looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. On the play fake, Dak. That is caught downfield by Pickens. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line. A big play for the Cowboys. And even 50 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd and short. Prescott. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And he'll be out of bounds, but he got the first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal. They're going to mark it at the 6.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
Here's a run. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And he is going the wrong way, tackled back at the 7.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal for Prescott. That is caught by the tight end, Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Dallas. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys are on the board. It's now 14-7. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the goal line. Now an opening past the 30. And he's going to finally be ushered out of bounds all the way up by midfield.
And that's a heck of a return right there. I mean, he's going to bounce his way towards the left sidelines, just a ton of space over there to run, and they finally get him out of bounds. But not until he nearly managed to turn the corner and almost take it all the way.
Love to throw it on first down. That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On second down, Love. He'll air it out down the middle. That is brought in. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. It is a big-time play for the Packers. 38 yards. On first down, it's Love. And he overshot his man. Out of the end zone, that one's incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. It's second down.
It's not often you see a pass that's out of the reach of this guy. I mean, 50-50 balls tend to go his favor more often than not, but this one kind of gets away from him just a little bit and falls incomplete.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
From the gun on third down, it's Love. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Matthew Golden. Touchdown, Packers. So that's his second touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year. Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers will take a 21-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Dak going to throw it here on first down. He's going to take a shot down the field. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. To throw is Love. That's to Reed. He's got it. And he will get into the end zone. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Green Bay. Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The drive starts with a carry by Blue. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. run once more with blue. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's into the hands of Jaden Blue. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. They pick up 17 through the air. First down, Cowboys. Here's Dak to throw. That's out wide to Williams. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. That's good for a Dallas first down. Dak going to give this to Blue. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. The clock is stopped with 26 seconds until the break. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Prescott now. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Back to throw is Love. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Second and 10. Back to the air, it's Love. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. On play action, here's Dak. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Rashawn Gary getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive. Second down, Prescott. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down. Now Prescott. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Keyshawn Nixon. Love to throw on 1st and 10. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
A 2nd down throw for Love. Open receiver is Bo Melton. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Gain of 16 for the man who wears 16. And a 1st down. 1st and 10. A give here to Wright. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Packers. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers will extend this 3rd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Prescott on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. Play fake. Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. On 1st down, it is Williams. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. This one is caught by Turpin. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, Cowboys. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play, and it's 2nd down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
He's to the 15, and he's into the end zone. KaVontae Turpin, touchdown Cowboys. Now, Aubrey for the extra point. He's got it, and the Cowboys are able to edge a bit closer. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Bo Melton on the return. He's to midfield. Still on the move. And they're not going to catch up to him. He brings it all the way back. 96 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. Now it's McManus for the point after. The kick is good. And the Packers are going to extend their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. First down, Prescott. Open man down the field is Turpin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Mike, it just seems like certain games each week just align for matchups like we're seeing today. Just two quarterbacks trading blow for blow, putting on a show for their respective teams. Let's see if he can finish this drive off with another touchdown following that big play.
That's down the field for Lamb. And he'll take this one in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
And he will get the two-point conversion. So we're back to a three-score game.
It doesn't happen often in the NFL, Mike, but there is nothing better when the entire stadium, the opposing team, everybody knows what play is coming, and they still can't stop it. Man, what a feeling for an offense, and it's exactly the case here.
The return starts from the 5, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Love. He'll get this over the middle to Golden. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable, incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Blue. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
On second down, it's Dak. To the left side, caught by Lamb. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and third down coming up. A shotgun snap for Prescott. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. To throw is Dak. Into the hands of Pickens. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 4. They'll throw again. Dak. Open man down the field. It's Ferguson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 32 yards. Again, Prescott to the air. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Edgerrin Cooper.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
A handoff. This is right. And boy, tough to bring down there. Fighting forward for a gain of 7.
You know, I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Probably see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And it looks like he's going to have enough. Indeed, the referee does signal it is a first down. On the give, it's right. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard.
How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line, and next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole, nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss. Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
They'll run the sneak, and it will have a Packers first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches. He'll run with right. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
This is teach tape. This is exactly how they teach defensive linemen to rush the quarterback. First order of business is obviously get a sack, get to the quarterback, disrupt the pocket. If you can't get there, get big in the throwing lane, and that's exactly why.
It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Love. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. On the ground, this is right. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's 2nd and 2. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. Here's Love to throw. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here. On the RPO, that one is complete. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done. On 2nd down, Love. Here's a screen coming for right. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So, it's a win here for the visiting Packers. They finish off the first month of the season perfect as the victory runs their mark to 4-0. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Arlington.